Hi guys. Guess who's back? Back again. So, if I waited till everything was all in place and perfect, we wouldn't be here right now today. So my lighting is janky. My background totally janky. And I am sweating because I was getting super frustrated with booting up the computer and getting everything set up. I'm still not sure if my microphone that I've plugged in is actually doing the sound for this or not. But I guess we'll find out. Anyway, hey, I'm back. So much has happened since the last time, we were here on the YouTube and Dawn was doing those conversations with friends. Right? I think I dropped off the face of all things when Remy got sick and I had to let him go. That put me in therapy for a year. Grief is no joke. And backhanded grief on top of current grief, past grief on top of current grief is no joke. So anyway, that was almost 2 years ago. Almost to the day. I think he got sick on the 16th. My mother's birthday. How fitting. And since then, I have done not a lot of anything. I haven't been working. I haven't been trying to work. I hadn't been working out. If you can hear that noise in the background, that is Finn. Finn, come up here. Nobody knows you. Come on up here. So I'm going to pick him up. We've gone from tiny dogs to big, fluffy bear dogs who love me. Turn around so people can see you because you're in need of a grooming, but still so cute. Okay, I'm going to put you back down. So, yeah, and Milo started slowing down a lot in those last 2 years. And I took it as it came because he was just aging. We said goodbye to him on the 9th of February this year. It was a different saying goodbye than it was for Remy. Remy got, as close as we know, he got a brain tumor that had obviously been there for a while and didn't become symptomatic until it was completely too late. And Milo just aged like the grumpy little old soul that he had been since he was born. And I just kept adapting to whatever he needed. And I'll go into more detail in that another time. Really, I'm just trying to catch you up. And we got Finn. I knew after we said goodbye to Remy, I knew I wouldn't be able to say goodbye to Milo without making sure I had another dog in the house. 100% do not regret that decision. Finn will be 2 this June. And yeah, so what's happening after I click I'm done with this and load it up on the YouTubes? I have a bag packed. I have a fanny pack packed. Finn and I go on hikes, usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're at the height of pollen season right now, and that seems to be kicking my ass, along with finding some kind of balance inside my body while I am working out again. I joined the Y in January, took 6 weeks off when Milo slowed all the way down. Said goodbye and gave myself a month to be sure that I wasn't walking into the Y, which has very lovely, empathetic people who I did not really know well yet. And I wanted to be sure that the first person that asked, "Where have you been?" I wasn't going to be on the floor in a puddling mess of grief and crying. So that was a good move too, 100% behind that decision. So since March 9th, 10th, I have been going to the Y, and right now, currently, I go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I do bar and Zumba. I'm not fond of Zumba, but it makes me move and sweat. I don't like the music, and I have directional dyslexia, which means I am most definitely, almost always moving the wrong foot at the wrong time and twirling the opposite direction of everyone else. But whatever, it makes me move, makes me sweat. On Wednesdays, I do yin yoga. Like I said, Tuesdays and Thursdays, Finn and I go out and hit the trails. I call it Adventures with Finny. And then on Friday, I do yin yoga, bar, and Zumba again. I will tell you that I have no idea how much weight I've lost, but I know I have because things fit differently. But I am also prone to addictive behavior, and I won't put myself on the scale because then it'll be a competition in my head. And I'm in it for the long haul. I went from doing nothing to, and why? My mother died at 61. Her mother died in her sleep. I don't know how old she was because I was, when you're a little kid growing up, your grandparents always seem like they're 190. Doesn't matter. But she died in her sleep. She wasn't that old. And here I am, the firstborn girl in that generational cycle or not. Guess what, folks? I'll be 62 this September in just over 3 months. And I made it past the expiration date. So now I'm trying to get my act together since I'm going to be here for a little while longer. I'm calling this point in my life my second adolescence. I'm still not working. I'm just working on me. And I am in a place where I'm also in a relationship where that other person, hi Chris, is so secure in himself that he gives me all the space I do need to work out and find out and figure out all of the things in my life. I've learned so much in the last couple of years about my traumas and how to name them so that I can share them, especially with him, and he can have a better understanding of what happens when one of those traumas bubble up and come out of my mouth and my behaviors. I am in no, it's not as a means to excuse it, but to give him a better understanding so that my trauma does not manifest in two of us in fight or flight, freeze. So that's what's happening. My second adolescence is going very well, thank you. So what's going to be happening on this YouTube channel now that Dawn has passed her expiration date and is doing all the things? Painting. Haven't really painted since Milo, but I'm going back to paint camp. I went last year. I'm going back this year. It's a week in the Adirondacks with 100 plus other people. Had an absolute blast last year. First time I've ever done plein air. Outside painting is so different than working from a photograph or in the studio where the lighting is perfect and I go in and do it on my, best part of my day. And I get out there and I see this big, huge, beautiful vista, and I'm still learning how to pick part of it and concentrate only on that. And also concentrate on, you are not going to get all the details in before the light completely changes and then changes again. So, as always, it is a lesson in letting go, let it go. Please, Disney, don't sue me. I sing badly. It's not going to hurt you. So there will be some painting, and there will be, oh my God, we got a 16 by 16 garden going up in the front lawn because that's where the sun is all day. So there'll be gardening. There will be me doing all the things. It's just me and my life and my second childhood at almost 62. And I know I'm not alone. There are other women out there trying to figure out, my nest is empty. What does my life look like now? Well, I will tell you, it looks like letting go of a whole lot of guilt for not being busy 24/7, doing things for other people and figuring out what the hey diddle diddle you like and you'd like to be doing. So if that sounds good to you, listen in, join me. Hit the subscribe button. Come along on my crazy second childhood. It's not that crazy. I've been sober for almost 4 years. But yeah, breaking all the generational curses. And who doesn't have those? If you say you don't, I do not believe you, and you haven't confronted any of your nonsense yet. So watch me confront mine. Perhaps it'll inspire you to go, oh, wait, that sounds awfully familiar. So this is still going to be awesome conversations with friends, because I consider you, whether I've met you in person or not, whether I've met you on the internet yet or not, you're my friend. Why wouldn't we be friends? I don't know, man. We would be friends. Keepers. Creepers. We all need to be nicer. And I'm going to stop right there. Okay. So, mean girls need not apply. This is for all the self-deprecating, no longer self-medicating, but if you're aware that you're doing it and you're trying, it's for you too, because I did it for 50 years, man, 50 years. Yeah, that's all. And getting back to, I don't know, it's a journey. Life is a journey. And this is the second half of my life. And I know I'm not the only one aging and trying to figure it out. There's not a lot of this on the internet. So there's a lot of young girls doing awesome things all alone. I watch their videos. Hannah Duggan, I watch you. God. And there's things I watch on YouTube. Here's some of my favorite channels. Oh my gosh. Vivian, I hope you give this 5 Vivian heads. Look her up. Vivian Tries. She's the best. My husband can hear her in the other room and he goes, is that Vivian? I love her giggle. There is, who else do I watch on a regular basis? Oh, there's all kinds of homesteaders. I love the tiny house tours. I do not live in a tiny house. I am not going to live in a van down by the river. I'm not a homesteader, but I'm growing some of our own food. I can and preserve food, but that doesn't make me a homesteader. But there's plenty of people out there doing that, but I do a little of that. There are so many artists I follow. Oh, now I'm not going to remember their names. That's so silly. I'll have to catch up with that. But yeah. In one of my painting videos, I'll shout out all the people I watch on a regular basis who are also painting watercolor. Yes, maybe that should be the next one, because there's a whole lot to talk about in that whole realm of things, because I only picked up my brushes again 2 years ago, after 40 years of not doing anything, even though I did go to art school. And I picked up watercolor paints and brushes when I had hated that. That was my least favorite medium when I was going to school. But it is like therapy, because it works the same thing that I have to be in therapy about, which is trust and patience and perfection. You gotta let those things go when you're painting with watercolor. It is unpredictable, much like myself. So I'm getting ready to go on an adventure with this dog who knows we're going on an adventure, because I packed the fanny bag, which I carry in the front. So I guess it's a belly bag. So he knows we're going, and that's why he's dropping this ball repeatedly and often at my feet that you can hear bouncing. His tail is going a mile a minute over there. And yeah, and I packed a bag that after we do a good 40 minutes or so walking for him, we'll go back to the car, get this bag, and we'll go paint something. It's a small kit. It's still probably around 5 pounds. I keep trying to make it smaller and lighter. I'm not good at that. So, we will see you soon. I hope you've all been well since I've been gone, because mental health is health. Don't forget that. So, take care of your health in all the ways. Self-care is great. Dig deeper. That's all I got to say about that. I will see you next time. Bye, friends. No, really. Bye, friends.